Hello everyone, this is our seventh video of our series, and I started my sharing my screen now. Today's topic is clustering. Okay, so what is clustering? Clustering means a group of records, observations, or classes, or whatever, but they are interrelated to each other. The cluster is a collection of records that are similar to one another and are similar to the records in other cluster. Okay, clustering differs from the classification in that there is no target variable for clustering. The clustering task does not try to classify, estimate, or predict the values of a target variable. Instead, clustering algorithms seek to segment the entire data set into relatively homogeneous subgroup or clusters, where the similarity of the records within the cluster is maximized and the similarity to records outside the cluster is minimized. Okay, now there are many type of clustering like k-mean clustering, k-medoid clustering. K-mean clustering is based on the mean values, and k-medoid clustering is based on the medoid, and k-mode clustering is based on the mode. Between the cluster variation, there are three clusters. The data present in this cluster is similar to the other data of this cluster, and dissimilar to the data of this cluster. Okay, now cluster should have the small within the cluster variation compared to the between the cluster variation. Now, uh, if there is an example of clustering, that is an application of k-mean clustering. Okay, what is k-mean clustering? K-mean clustering algorithm states that firstly it will create a k number of clusters. K is defined by the user or depend on the questions ki, that how many clusters we have to make of that data set. Okay, now the second step is randomly assign the k records to the initial cluster center location. Number of k depend on the number of k. There are centroids we have to make of the center location. Step third is for each record find the nearest cluster center. We have to compare every record of the data set with the centroids of each cluster and the nearest cluster center of that data value is found, then that data value is belong will send to the that cluster which has the nearest distance from the data set. Okay, thus in a sense each cluster center owns a subset of the record, thereby representing a participation of the data set. We therefore have k clusters c1, c2, c3 dash 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 ck. uh, these are the clusters or centroid of clusters. K time of cluster. K clusters have K centroids. Step 4, for each of the K cluster, find the cluster centroid and update the location of each cluster center to the new value. Then when finally we made the cluster, all data sets are compared with the each and every centroid of the data. Each and every centroid of the cluster. Then the data sets are uh, sent to the clusters with the nearest distance. Then the clusters are made whatever the 3 to 4 clusters, whatever the number that is. Then from the data set there are two or more than two clusters are made. Then find the mean values of that data sets in each clusters and now change the centroid, update the centroid values by taking mean of the values of that cluster data. Then repeat steps 3 and 5 until the convergence or termination. It means when the centroids value are continue to not changing, they the same values are repeated, then we have to terminate the clustering. नाउ इसका ये था पूरा एक बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट के मीन क्लस्टरिंग का. अब हम इसमें देखते हैं कि इसका कोड क्या होगा. In the application of k-mean clustering, apply k-mean clustering, needed matplotlib package, sklearn package, import k-mean and matblobs, प्लॉटिंग के लिए मैटप्लॉटलिब जनरेट सिंथेटिक डेटा सेट फॉर क्लस्टरिंग के लिए सिंथेटिक डेटा सेट जनरेट किया है अप्लाई कीमेन क्लस्टरिंग अप्लाई करने के बाद here and clusters equals to 4 it means the value of k is given here is 4 we have to make 4 clusters visualize the clusters plot dot scatter plot cluster centers and after came in clustering and अब हम देखेंगे इसका प्लॉटिंग कैसे हुई है ओके होप सो कि इसमें ना कोई एरर हो या these are the clusters 1 2 3 and 4 okay these are the clusters showing number k equals to 4 clusters. This is k-mean clustering based on the mean of centroids, mean of data sets. Okay, hope so you understand what I explained to you. Thank you so much. In next video, we will discuss our further topics. Thank you so much.